friends, welcome to Mushkil Ashan. I am Charlotte De Costa, clinical psychologist, National Institute of Behavioral Sciences. Today we are going to discuss regarding how one can identify a child who is being abused and what are the signs of child abuse. Now, before discussing regarding the signs of child abuse, let us first discuss regarding what is child abuse. Child abuse can be explained as a form of maltreatment. It can be in the form of physical, verbal, or even sexual. Now, without wasting any time, let us go to the signs that can tell you whether a child is being abused or not. Number 1. We can notice changes in the child's behavior. A child who may have been friendly or would approach easily would now appear to be anxious, scared, depressed, withdrawn, or even aggressive. They have difficulty in expressing themselves and can often be misunderstood by the people around them or by their peers. Few children who are abused on many occasions often exhibit aggressive behaviors towards others as well as themselves. The mistake we can often make is labelizing them as the one with problems, or as the term which is more famously used, problem child. Number 2. Children who are abused often exhibit regressive behaviors. By regressive, we mean behaviors that are observed in earlier ages, such as bedwetting, thumb sucking, fear of dark. For some, there are also instances where children lose their earlier acquired language and memory. That affects their ability to adapt to their everyday requirements as well as skills. Now let us go to point number 3. Children who are abused at home show fear of returning home. They express fear or anxiety when asked to return home from school or go out with the person who abuses them. They start associating the concept of home with feelings of hurt, pain, and insecurity. Now, can you imagine the pain of the child who has to associate pain with home? Let us go to point number 4. Children who are sexually abused may exhibit inappropriate sexual behaviors. Inappropriate sexual behaviors can range from overly sexualized behaviors or use of explicit sexual language to excessive fear of being touched. Now, the over-sexualized behaviors may not go down well with the well-mannered, gracious, respectful protectors of social norms and customs. So they may in turn abuse the child for their inappropriate behavior. In these instances, the abuse is manifested in terms of a vicious cycle. Now, many may think why a child who is abused sexually show over-sexualized behaviors. Actually, children do not have well-developed concepts of safe and unsafe in the true sense. They tend to correspond behaviors with positive and negative reinforcements. Pain is often associated with negative reinforcements and pleasure with positive reinforcements. When experienced with pleasure, they sometimes do not associate the dangerous consequences associated with it. However, the protectors of norms in the apparent, cultured and traditional world might not take the age and understanding ability of the child as an important or relevant factor, and in turn treat them as perpetrators who spoil other children of the same age rather than as victims who need protection, education, and emotional support and guidance. Now let us go to point number 5. You will notice a change in their sleep pattern. These children may experience frequent nightmares for which they can have disturbed sleep, or in other cases, they may have difficulty falling asleep. Due to this, they may appear to be tired and drowsy during the day and may be unable to concentrate on their daily activities. Let us come to point number 6. Children who are abused often have difficulty in concentrating. They are unable to attend to their daily task. They also have excessive absences. This can be either due to their inability to attend their daily activities or due to the adult at home who is trying to hide the injuries. This in turn leads to their deteriorating academic structure and affects their future. Number 7. They show a lack of self-hygiene and personal care. Since the ones who are supposed to be the guardian angel turn to be the most feared object for the child, the children experience neglect not only at the hands of their caregivers but also have low self-esteem. Their low self-esteem gets reflected in their lack of desire to look after themselves, and hence they exhibit poor self-hygiene. Number 8. These children indulge in high-risk behaviors. Their conditional acceptance from others, especially their parents, makes them view themselves as a product of inaccuracies, faults, and an object full of error. Since they are unable to revolt during the time of the abuse and are at the receiving end, they show aggression towards themselves and others. Their low self-esteem, frustration, anger gets displayed through their high-risk behaviors. Abuse of substance is also common for these children. They mistake the temporary parallel world attained through substance abuse as their only escape from the atrocities of the reality. This can further affect their health, both physical and mental. Now let us come to point number 9. Abused children often changes their eating pattern. This point can also be related to us. If you notice, some of us eat a lot when we are stressed. We indulge in binge eating, and some feel nauseated with the sight of food when overwhelmed with stress regarding anything. Abused children also display this behavior. This may result in significant weight loss or significant weight gain. Now let us come to the last point. Abused children exhibit unexplained injuries on their body in terms of burn marks or bruises. When asked regarding it, they often come up with explanations that are not only unconvincing but also untrue. So, in that case, you have to be aware of what the child is trying to say. Today, we are going to end our session here. If you have any query or want to know regarding any part of this episode in details, do write to us. We will get back to you. See you next week. Till then, take care. Goodbye.